Hi, Taurus and Scorpio. Welcome to your Soul Ties Timeless Reading. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for visiting. Please do feel free to subscribe if the messages resonate and or healing for you. A couple of things I want to get out of the way. With this being a timeless video, that means from the time that you view it, whether it's today, tomorrow, a year from now, 2 years from now, that's the time in which these messages will be the most pertinent to you, okay? Also, I've been a little under the weather, a little sick here. So I do thank you guys. Those of you who did reach out, I am feeling better every day, but I'm still a little bit congested, as some of you might can tell. So just bear with me here. My nails do look a mess. You know, I love getting my nails done, so you know it's bad if my nails are not done right. I haven't been able to get my nails done because I've been sick. But anyways, we're going to do this reading anyways. So, guys, soul tie connections, okay? This is not a love reading. This is not a soulmate reading. I'm not here to talk about how in love this connection is. I'm not here to pander or cater to feelings. This is kind of going to be a tough reading for some of you. If you're in a happy, thriving Taurus Scorpio connection, you do not want to watch this video. A soul tie is a very strong, empathic connection drawn together with lessons. Sometimes these lessons can be very painful. That's what I'm here for, to help draw on those lessons and what we can do so that we can move forward. Doesn't always mean that you end up with the person. Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. So if you're okay with that and you're willing to sit through the video, then go ahead and stay, but if you're a sensitive person, you may not can handle, the blunt truth, don't stay. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. Now, whether you're a Taurus or Scorpio or Taurus, I feel like I can't talk today, y'all. It doesn't matter which sign you are. If you're watching this video, your energy will be here. Your person's energy will be here. You can feel free to reverse the roles as needed, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull an energy for both sides. It says, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life on your side here. Wow. So some of you actually could just be waiting on that person to come in. Some of you could actually already know that this is really not the person that you necessarily want to be with right now. Okay. And we have trust. It says the situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, that's coming out on your person's side here. So already what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing two different scenarios, guys. I'm seeing one, that there are trust issues in the connection. Hence the reason why one of you seems to just not really necessarily want to entertain the connection. And then the other one, seems to be kind of all in. But and then another scenario with this trust card coming out is that maybe for some of you, where this is a disconnection, you're trusting for spirit to bring it back. Okay, so I do sense that some of you are in disconnection from each other, are in separation from one another. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's going on here, because this Taurus Scorpio connection is a very strong empathic relationship. Okay, because we have Taurus second house and then we have Scorpio eighth house. Okay, and these connections are bound together by really like a mutual magnetic attraction. We got the second house of Taurus representing your material possessions and things. Scorpio in general don't tend to be very materialistic. Some of them do like nice things, but what kind of draws these two together, Scorpio, it represents eighth house energy, which is death by transformation. Okay, it's really cleansing, a cleansing house, ruled by Pluto. So what empathically brings these two together is being opposites. Okay, it says, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. This is coming out on your side. So yeah, definitely on this side, I'm sensing a bit of insecurity as it pertains to this love. It says deception. Someone's wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Here we go. What else do we have? We have children. It says your love life is being affected by children. So some of you could actually be married to this person, or you could be dealing with someone who has children, or, has children from a previous relationship. Maybe you guys have children together. On your person's side, we have heart-to-heart conversations coming out. It says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. We have separation. Wow, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I just said this. Most of you are separated from each other. Most of you Taurus, Scorpio connections. And then we have unrequited love. It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Okay. All right. So let's start on your side over here. We have to stay optimistic about your love life. So here's what is going on and what I'm sensing here. And like I said, guys, take what is and leave what isn't, but I'm going to go with it, okay? This could be you or your person, but someone is feeling very rejected in this connection, okay? Could be where maybe one of you just aren't ready to commit, okay? Weren't ready to commit, weren't ready to settle down, maybe played a few games, maybe, played games and led the other one on here, because whatever happened, this left you feeling like you just weren't worthy of this love, okay? Whether it's from this person or someone else. Sensing that some of you might have been in something verbally abusive, maybe some emotional abuse coming out where you just didn't feel worthy, okay? You weren't made to feel worthy in this connection. And that's really the first lesson that's coming out here, which is to love yourself, okay? If you see that you're not being treated fairly by someone, most of you stayed way longer than you should have stayed. Why stay as long as you stayed if the person doesn't make you feel like you're worthy? Okay, like you're wanted, like you're loved. And a lot of times we stay because we don't truly value ourselves. And I see a lot of that coming in on one side here, whether that's you or your person. Now we have this deception energy coming in, and this is very interesting because right after this, we have children coming out. Okay, so this could be a situation where maybe you didn't even know that your person had children. Okay, maybe they have a family that you didn't even know about, and you're finding out about that. And it's like maybe you're just now finding out, and you're just now seeing that maybe this connection is a bit karmic. Okay, which leads us to another lesson. If you're seeing deception and lies right in front of your face, why are you choosing to overlook it, some of you? Because there's a small group of you that are still entertaining this person, even though, you know how much of a liar they are. Okay. You could have found out that they have other situations going on and you're still entertaining. Why? Why? When divine timing is trying to separate you from this toxic connection. Okay. And for those that are cross-watching, this could be where Taurus or Scorpio have this deceptive energy here. Okay. They're not exempt. No one's exempt from this connection as it pertains to the soul ties and lessons that bind us together. No one is exempt from this. Okay, because on your person's side here, and again, flip them as needed, we have heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Someone has been very deceitful as it pertains to their intentions in this connection, okay, whether that's you or whether that's your person coming through, okay, because there's a lack of communication here. Okay, a major lack of communication. And where that could possibly come in is the way that Taurus and Scorpio communicate are two different ways. I mean, we have Scorpio who already are perceived as secretive, okay, perceived as mysterious, not open, not willing to be open, but they do know how to communicate, okay? And then we have Taurus who, they can be a bit more open, a bit more open than other connections tend to be, or other signs tend to be, okay? We see a disconnect in the connection. Now, I'm not saying that this means Scorpio is lying, okay? That's not what I'm saying. So Scorpios, please don't come for me. What I'm saying is that this could be why this deception card comes out, because of the way that you two communicate, okay? As far as the Taurus-Scorpio connection, how you communicate, the methods that you communicate, the way that you talk to one another, okay? I'm sensing that for a lot of you, there's a lot of anger between the both of you whenever you're brought together with words, whenever there's a conversation to be had, anger, okay? The way that you guys are communicating or not communicating is leading to the downfall of this connection, or has led to the downfall of it, okay? And then in addition to that, there's some karmic energy here. Someone's not available. Someone is really not as available as they tried to make themselves seem in this situation, okay? We have the separation card coming out. I already had said that most of you are in separation from this person, okay? But that doesn't make it an easy connection just because you're separated from them, okay? Because this really left both of you feeling broken. Okay, this connection left both of you feeling relatively broken here, left you feeling like you couldn't trust anyone else, made you feel like you couldn't necessarily accept other love in. So we have a lot of hurt feelings in this connection, okay? A lot of unresolved anger and frustration. And then we have this unrequited love. Let's talk about this a second. It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. This is coming out on your person's side, okay? It could be them or it could be you. This does not always mean what we think it means, okay? This could mean that this connection could be extremely karmic. Okay, it could mean that this connection is not founded in love, acceptance, honesty. It could be where you guys have a very strong sexual or physical connection here. Okay, because let's also remember, Taurus kind of get a bad rep for being materialistic or kind of vain or whatever. I don't necessarily think it's that. I think that whenever the Taurus Scorpio pair is brought together, I think that for the most part, this is a very beautiful, attractive pair. Okay. And I think that for many of you, this attraction or this chemistry that you do have with this person doesn't extend beyond the physical. Now, am I saying that's the way it is for everyone? No, I'm not. Because if you didn't have love for one another, you wouldn't be sitting here. We wouldn't be sitting here trying to make something work, even though it's a bit karmic. So let's go ahead and pull some more information with this Moon Oracle deck, because honestly, guys, no one is exempt from accountability here, because even if your person lied to you, okay, or even if you were lying, whoever's lying doesn't matter, okay? Why did you stay? Why are you staying as long as you're staying? Because that's another lesson that we shouldn't tolerate. Okay, we should not tolerate things just because we love someone. We should never tolerate deceit. We should hold ourselves and other people accountable for their words, their actions, okay? And whenever those words and actions don't line up, we have to be shrewd enough to let the connection go. Okay, we have the North Node coming out. Step out of your comfort zone. We have you and your loved ones are safe. New Moon in Cancer. We have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So yeah, guys, very, very powerful energy coming out here. With this step out of your comfort zone, North Node. North Node is very, very focused on moving ahead, the future. Okay, so some of you actually could be afraid to leave this connection. You could be afraid to move out of this connection. Is this a reading talking about whether or not you guys should stay together? No, it's not. This is talking about letting go, okay? Letting go of any type of baggage or emotional trauma that you have in this connection so that you can move forward with your life, with or without this person, guys. And I am seeing here that this heart-to-heart conversation goes very well with what just came out. Because if you notice here, I talked about this, the lack of communication between the two of you, the fact that maybe some of you are not speaking, okay? And maybe for some of you, it could be kind of uncomfortable to step out of that zone there, So I do see there where the miscommunications can come through. And I also see here with these other two cards coming out where it talks about you and your loved ones being safe, okay? Maybe some of you have actually been separated from your family during this. Maybe some of you are married and you're just separated and you're missing your children. You're not able to see them because you and your partner are separated through this, So this is really assuring you that, yeah, if you're worried about the breaking up of your family, if you're worried about the disconnection from not seeing your children, they are safe. Okay, and I don't know why I'm reading that for many of you, you're in this marriage or this union. It doesn't have to be a literal marriage. This could be where you have children together or you have pets together, you have assets together, okay? So could be where some of you treated this like a marriage or treat this as a marriage even without paper, but you're in separation from one another. We have this meditate and contemplate card here. This is new moon in Pisces. Yes, so this is really encouraging you all to really talk. Really think this connection through. Really think about the lessons that we can learn while in separation from one another. And I see two major lessons already that we can learn from. That's trust, okay? That's trusting our spirit guides and our higher powers. And the other lesson coming out is communication, okay? The communication sector needs to be stronger. The throat chakra, okay? The throat chakra needs to have some work on both ends of this connection here. Whether you decide to stay together or not, there is a huge, huge need, okay, to love self. So there's 3 lessons coming out. Understanding that you deserve better than these lies that you're accepting from this person, okay? Definitely some very strong messages. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot and see what else is coming out here. We have Page of Cups on your side. We have 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Now, the King of Pentacles and Seven of Cups is on your person's side. Two of Cups. All right. All right, guys. So, on your side here with this Page of Cups, this could be new love coming in for you, or it could be you two actually coming back into union with one another. And I possibly do see that because on their side, we have the Two of Cups energy coming out. So very, very strong synchronicity with this pairing coming out. Two of Cups on your person's side, Page of Cups on your side. Could be where you guys actually want a new beginning with each other, a fresh start. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with the fresh start, but what lessons can be learned so that this doesn't keep happening? Okay. Because for some of you, I see that this separation is not the first time. Okay. There tends to be a lot of back and forth with this connection, and there needs to be an understanding that this back and forth is not healthy either, guys. We have the 10 of Wands coming out here with the Ace of Wands. Some of you, okay, have been working very hard to get over this connection, okay? Working very hard to maybe heal this connection, working yourself in overload. It could be where you might have been burdened with some of these bills during the divorce. For those of you who are going through a separation or divorce, this feels like burden, okay? And then this Ace of Wands, it feels like that burden is finally being released for you. Some of you could be moving out, getting your own place, a fresh job, a fresh start, a new job with this Ace of Wands, right? New opportunities coming in for you. On your person's side, with the King of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Cups, stability. Okay, so I won't sit here and say that both of you are not trying to make progress, because this stability is coming out with the King of Pentacles. And then we have the Seven of Cups, where some of you are really weighing out this decision. Okay, this is on your person's side, where your person, is really weighing out this decision. They're really thinking about this connection. They're a little conflicted about it because they realize at this point that nothing is ever as it seems, right? The Seven of Cups energy coming out, it always talks about illusions, about how things can appear so shiny and desirable until you get up close to see what's really there. Okay, so this is your person really being conflicted in their head about this connection. And I do see a lot of love between the two of you here. And I do see that both of you are trying to establish some stability. Okay, so this is not, again, what I said, this is not a love reading. Okay, this is not whether or not you'll make it, whether or not you'll come back together. Strong possibility that you will, but that's not the focus here. The focus is, if you do come back together, what can you learn from this? Because we have this unrequited love here. So this connection needs to move beyond just the physical. Okay. And if this person on your side, and for some reason, because this came out on your person's side, someone is feeling like this, guys. Someone out there doesn't want to be back together. Someone out there just wants to be single. They don't want to commit. Okay, fine. For the person who's receiving that rejection, okay, or what may seem like a rejection, the lesson in that is that there's something better for you. Okay. Just because someone's not ready to commit to you doesn't mean that you're not worthy of this love. Okay, that's what we want to remember. That's what we want to actually keep in mind as it pertains to this connection. Okay, is that love can still come for you. It doesn't always have to happen the way that you think it does. So let's pull you some advice. Because again, with these really painful lessons coming out, I do see on both sides where both of you are trying to at least move forward with your lives, whether you're coming back into connection or not. Because honestly, I see some of you will and some of you may not, especially with this unrequited love coming out. Doesn't mean that you guys don't love one another. It just means that at this time, the connection is not strong enough to be sustained. There's still a lot of work that needs to be worked out on both ends. Trust issues, self-worth, self-love, these lies being filtered through. Nothing ever works with lies. I had about like 4 or 5 different cards fall out. I don't think I'm going to keep those. We're pulling an advice for you. But we are going to keep these because they came out. So we have surrender to the divine, full moon. We have faith in your dream, waxing crescent moon. Very beautiful synchronicity for those of you who've been working on yourselves. We got this Ace of Wands on your side. We also have this 10 of Wands where you've been trying to work on something. So yeah, this is Spirit encouraging you. For those of you focused on your own endeavors, have faith that your dreams will come to fruition. We have a fiery climax approaching, full moon in Aries. Wow, some of you really are reconciling with each other with this climax coming up. We have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus, and prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Do you see the synchronicity in that? And look whose side is coming out on. We have your dreams need a practical plan and prosperity lies ahead. So yes, guys, I do see on both sides. Both of you are focused on pursuing your dreams, okay? And what Spirit is admonishing both of you in different ways is to focus on that. Focus on that new job. Focus on those creative passions. Focus on whatever is actually going to progress you, okay? Because if this connection is meant to be, okay, your spirit guides, respectively, will see to it that you are brought back into union with one another. And for those of you who are in union with one another, but you're still dealing with this toxic connection here, you need to start seeing things for what they are and not for what you want them to be, okay? Because it's clear someone's not necessarily ready to commit. It's clear that someone could have another situation going on here. So we have to be able to decipher the situation and see it for what it is, okay? So those are your messages, Taurus and Scorpio. I'm wishing you all my love, all the best. I know this was a tough reading. Thank you for sitting through it, and I will hopefully see you in the next video, okay?